What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim. Gonna be playing a game on PTCGO today, and today I'm rocking Zoroark Golisopod. Now, this is not exactly my favorite deck to play, but hey, you know what? If, we got a whole nother year with this deck, gonna be alive and well, I might as well start practicing now. I don't like going into a tournament and just being like the whole deck is just not in my wheelhouse, so I'm not gonna touch it. So I'm gonna start grinding games with these Zoroark decks so I feel more and more comfortable with them in case they end up being the it play for the World Championships, right? So I want to make sure that I'm prepped and ready for Worlds at all angles possible. I know that I know how to play Buzzwole decks pretty well. I know how to play Malamar decks pretty well. And Zoroark decks, like, I could probably navigate my way if I actually invested some time into it. But I'm always just very apprehensive. I don't like the way that they play out. I feel like I don't like the fact that they have very few one-hit KO options. It's probably like my biggest issue with the archetype as a whole, is that I feel like just sometimes I feel so underpowered with it. I love just being able to swing in and take out threats on my opponent's side of the board in one fell swoop. That is something that I've enjoyed about the Pokemon trading card game since I started playing. But might as well, kind of get ready here because we have ourselves a mirror match. So I'm going to have to be learning how to navigate this matchup quite well. We did fortunately start the Bridget. We also have a Parallel City in our opening hand. Those are both very good, though I do imagine that my opponent's probably playing a healthy number of Field Blowers themselves. So what are the odds that, Field Blower is going to actually stick? When should I play it? I think with this starting hand, obviously I go for the turn 1 Bridget and probably just try to stick that parallel first turn and, if they don't play one. Now, it will, unfortunately allow them to kind of remove their Tapu Lele from play. Tapu Lele is one of the few things that I actually can knock out on my opponent's side of the field. So I may not want to stick them with Parallel City. That may end up doing more damage than good, and this is the kind of thing that I am going to be learning here kind of on the fly as I go. My suspicion is that Parallel City is not what I want here because I want that Lele in play. I don't want to give my opponent the option to bump the Lele and strengthen their board position with maybe a Field Blower and then, just another Zorua and another Wimpod. I want that thing to stay. So I'm going to go 2 Zoruas and a Wimpod here and basically just pass. Next turn, we will, we'll do the whole stadium thing and all that. Potentially, if my opponent puts down another Pokemon, then I can actually force them to remove something with my Parallel City. That would be good. They do go ahead and get themselves a Golisopod GX and a Zoroark GX. It's literally exactly what I've got in my hand. I've got a couple of things going here. I got an Acerola. I've got supporters. I will just evolve into Zoroark, and then I think I'm going to trade first. Oop, looks like we're getting End, though, so that's pretty cool. I would have traded first to see if I could pull off an Acerola play. Just like I said, and we got Acerola again. So I do actually have the Acerola play here because I could just Acerola into my Golisopod and just knock out that Latios very easily. So that's like really good for me. And you could see not playing the Parallel City was big there because I would have decreased my damage output by 20 if I had done that. And I would have whiffed the one-hit knockout on that Latios. So that would have been really sad for me as well. So I'm really glad that I did not do that. I'm definitely stoked on that. You can see my opponent is preparing their Golisopod over there with a DCE. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, though, because I feel like that's just asking to be enhanced hammered. In the Zoroark mirror match, you got to kind of anticipate at this point that your opponent is going to be playing their own copies of enhanced hammer. So I think that I am going to trade first. I'm going to trade away this copy of Mew. I don't really feel like I need that. I'm anticipating going in with Acerola. Yeah, we're just going to go in with the Acerola here. That way we can just, promote the Golisopod, and we get that first impression. We've got Floatstone in our hand. That's good. I can Mallow next turn. I could support her with this Tapu Lele next turn. It's all good. I think I'd rather not put down the Lele if I can help it. So we may end up just being able to Mallow next turn, but we will see. I could also, arrange something maybe where I Acerola again, but I probably probably not going to want to do that. We're going to see what we get off the prizes and off the top deck, and we will kind of go from there. But I'm feeling pretty strong here about our opening hand. I would like another Zorua or something down. Another Zorua, another Wimpod. I mean, definitely our board position's a little frail, but there's nothing on my opponent's side of the board that can threaten. I mean, actually there is. I could have gotten Crossing Cut GX here for 180, and that could have knocked that out, I guess. I think this list is playing one copy of Max Potion, though, so we do have an option to Max Potion, which is very good, and can clear this Zoroark of that damage. My opponent does get Parallel City down on me. I don't really mind that, because, I mean, I guess it decreases my opponent's damage output, but they have that Choice Band, so they're going to be doing plenty of damage to my Golisopod GX. They are still hitting 110, which is perfect numbers to 2-hit KO this Golisopod, unless I Crossing Cut. If I Crossing Cut, then, then I can get this thing out of here. I could also Armor Press and decrease my opponent's damage output. But let's see what we got here. I feel like I trade first, then potentially bridge it. I am not putting this Zoroark, this Mew down. That just seems horrible. Yeah, we're not doing that. So we're going to trade away this Mew here. Get that out of here. I don't really see that ever being a super valid play. And we got double puzzles, so that's very good. I want... we can get... any two card, no, we traded already, so I can't Mallow. I can double puzzle for Acerola, but that actually seems like kind of a waste of puzzles right now. I think that, yeah, we haven't seen a DCE yet or anything. I haven't seen any search cards. That's just kind of a bummer. I can bridge it for like one, they armor pressed, so I can't just do 30 here. I can't Mallow. That seems horrible. I think I have to like Acerola this thing. Let's bridge it. All right, we're just gonna bridge it and get ourselves another Wimpod, I think. And then we're just in a tough spot. I think I get myself another Zorua. I feel like I need another Zorua. I'm like not. I think I'm gonna need both of these. Yeah, and then we could Mallow, trade next turn into some stuff. We could also Counter Catcher. See, show playmat. Yeah, the counter. Okay, we have to go like here. Yeah, we have to go here. So we're gonna bridge it for that, and then this is gonna be the play. Is that next turn? First impression. All right, next turn we are going to be able to Counter Catcher, and then we could get DCE Choice Band off of this, and we can Crossing Cut that Tapu Lele for knockout. That's like kind of a nifty thing we could do. That's feeling a little rough, but we do have the cards in our hand to do it so long as our opponent doesn't N us. I think that you can see why I'm kind of like not the most confident playing Golisopod Zoroark. I don't have like a ton of experience with it. I think this is the right play though, given that we more or less whiffed. Wasting double puzzle on that Acerola was horrible because I wasn't going to be able to attack anyway. So we are going for Crossing Cut here, I believe, and we could double puzzle and get our things back. That's all good. So let's do that. I think we want a Wimpod and a Golisopod back. That seems pretty good. So let's go get those things. Put 2 cards from our discard pile into our hand. I guess I should have Mallowed first to see if like everything was in there, but that's fine. We can get Golisopod, and we could get. I don't actually feel bad getting Acerola. I feel like Acerola is pretty good. That wouldn't be horrible. The Wimpod's probably better. That's probably good. Acerola would allow me to bounce up. Yeah, I probably want to like N or something next turn. My opponent's starting to get a pretty big hand, so let's do that. And then let's Mallow and see if the DC and the Choice Band are in our deck. That would be good. Yeah, here's Choice Band. Here's DC. Good. So now we have Counter Catcher that we could play. Counter Catcher is very good in this deck. Let's trade our Parallel City away. We're not using that right now. So we're going to trade that. get those things, we are going to evolve here. And then we've got the counter catcher on the Lele, which I did not want to Parallel City away, and for good reason, so that's good. We're going to go here, and then we're going to Crossing Cut GX, and I think we have to just promote that Wimpod there. So yeah, let's just Crossing Cut GX. We're going to promote that Wimpod. That's just the world we're living in. Yeah, we got to do that. Next turn we can end, though. I need another Zoroark desperately. So I also have the option to Cynthia, which is good. And now I have a Golisopod fully loaded with a Choice Band. That is like definitely what we want in this matchup. We want to be able to armor press for sure. I mean, that just kind of gives us a lot of pressure to put on our opponent. If my opponent has Guzma to hit into something more meaningful like this Zoroark, I mean, they can Crossing Cut my Zoroark here and go down to 2 prizes. That is very stressful. They probably are going to go and do that. They're double puzzling right now. So I have to imagine that's what they're going for. I need some enhanced hammers or something to slow my opponent down for sure. I know that I've got 2 in here. They go for Evo Soda and DCE though. So that makes me, and they're getting out a 3rd Zoroark. Did they have the combo that they could have gotten? They had Guzma. That's really all they needed. So they probably just have Guzma already in hand. They do. And they're going to go grab that Zoroark GX. That's fine. I'm okay with this. I think that feels okay. They do have 3 Zoroark in play, so they are definitely set up extremely well. But I can start to armor press here. That is an option that I have. I definitely need to find another Choice Band, though, because, if not, I'm not doing enough damage to actually knock these things out. And if my opponent is playing a list with max potions and things like that, that means that we are like just in a 2-hit KO war now. My opponent is going to 2 prizes. That means they're going to have to take a GX for game. I can afford to take 1 non-GX, but I highly doubt that my opponent is going to want to give me that. So we're going to have to rely on, kind of our deck to draw us what we need to draw. I am only going to have 1 Zoroark in play. That feels pretty bad, but we are definitely leading with our Golisopod here. No other real options. We're going to throw that guy down, definitely attach that grass there. And then I feel like we have to end. We have to limit my opponent a little bit. I can end myself to 3. And then we need to trade. My opponent left the guy with the floatstone active, so I actually don't want to trade any of these things. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to trade. I think I'm just going to Field Blower, the floatstone, and that Choice Band. And then I think I can afford to just Sycamore next turn. I think I can afford to do that. So we're going to take this off the table for my opponent as well. And then I'm just going to armor press. And I mean, if I need to, I can retreat this Golisopod manually next turn. I don't want to, but I can first impression here with this Golisopod GX if I have to. I think saving the Sycamore is the best play. I still have a huge deck. I have 31 cards in deck. I'm not going to be able to see a lot of that deck with just 1 trade out here. I'm going to need to chew through some of it, preferably with this Sycamore. They're going to see 2 more cards here, and that's it. We're hoping that they don't find a DCE. They got 3 DCE in play and 1 floatstone down, so it's entirely possible that they don't see a way to get this Zoroark out of the active position. We also see them trade away 2 Field Blowers, so maybe tool removal is not something that they'll be doing a ton of here later in this match. They do get that max potion. We see a Wimpod go down, which is actually great for me because if I do hit puzzle into counter catcher or something like that, I can take, ooh, that hurts. Yeah, we need to be seeing our deck like that. My opponent's got all 4 DCE in play at this point. We've only got 1 Zoroark, and I feel like there's not much I could have done about it with my opening, turns there. We do have a Sycamore and a trade, so we're just going to Sycamore here and see what we get. We do have max potion. We've got no way to get this guy out of the active, though. And so we're going to need to trade here first. I don't think I need another field blower, so let's just trade away that field blower first. See what we get. I don't... Okay, we've got a floatstone. That's fantastic. Okay, so I can floatstone the active. I can actually max potion it and then floatstone the active and retreat and armor press here. Or, I'm not doing any more than... I'm not doing a lot of damage here. So let's just slap that floatstone down. It's max potion. My opponent's got 2 prizes remaining, so I feel like I can't put too many. I can't put too many liabilities down, and I'm not just not doing a lot of damage here with my guys. I'm just really not. So that's unfortunate. I feel like we need to get another Zorua down though, for sure. Let's put that there. Let's Ultra Ball. Can we afford to Ultra Ball away the Guzma and that DCE? How many DCE do I have down? Just 1. I would have 2 down. That means I would have 1 left in deck. That just feels really bad. I feel like I'm going to need an extra Pokemon down. Let's just retreat here. We're committed to this turn. The question is if we're going to go get another Zorua to put on the bench. I'm going to need another Zorua if I'm going to win this game. I don't think I can do it with just 1 Zoroark. I'm going to need another benched Pokemon, so I think I'm going to Ultra Ball away the Tapu Koko and that Guzma. Save the DCE. Let's go get ourselves another Zorua. We still got 2 Enhanced Hammers in deck. We've got 1 puzzle in deck. Okay. No Choice Band. So, that all feels pretty bad. That does not feel good. Okay. So, here we are. And we are just going to first impression. We actually need to do... So we shouldn't have attached that DCE there. That's fine. I'm learning. We need to first impression this turn. Do 120 so that then we can armor press next turn. So I shouldn't have attached that DCE. I was thinking that I was going to armor press, but I don't really know what I was thinking there. We have to first impression so that our math is good, because next turn we are looking like we would ideally like to get this thing and knock it out. But my opponent is probably going to Acerola or, double puzzle max potion, something crazy like that. I don't have, an out to any more puzzles or to my Acerola or to my max potion. I have used all of those. I think that in this match particularly, I think my opponent is just set up better than me. Maybe me not playing my Parallel City gave my opponent the upper hand in the matchup by limiting me, but I wasn't drawing into... It's not like I had cards to put Zorua down and just and couldn't. I think they just got the... they kind of got that first attack with the Latios there, softened up a Zoroark, and they got the first Zoroark knockout, and I haven't really been able to get out enough Pokemon since then. Also, that one turn where I kind of just whiffed everything and needed to let a Golisopod get knocked out really hurt as well. So I don't know, and that's just kind of how this matchup has fallen into place. But we're still out here trying to grind things out. Honestly, I think this probably is pretty close to, it's pretty close to a very similar mirror. I mean, you see my opponent's got Max Potion, Enhanced Hammer, all the same stuff that I've got in my list here. So definitely very, very similar. But this is one of the primary reasons I did not play Zororark Golisopod at Nats. I just am not a big fan of this mirror, and I'm not as adept at navigating this mirror as I am as with a Buzzwole mirror or something like that. I definitely know how to play the Buzzwole deck. I know what to do in a Buzzwole mirror situation. There goes my opponent with that Acerola. I think that this is the point of no return. I'm pretty sure that we are not making our way out of this one no matter what we do. I'm out of counter catchers. I think I don't have another one in deck. They're getting ready to put on 100 damage with this Golisopod GX. They have a huge hand. I just don't think that there's enough juice in my deck to really get there. I do have 2 Enhanced Hammers, and you can see they went for the first impression first so that they could then armor press for game. I've got N, but I'm not going to be drawing any cards myself off of this N. So I think I need to go here, and then we need to... we need to end. I mean, I don't think I can. Yeah, I need to limit my opponent for sure. And we do have enhanced hammer, so that's pretty good. I think I probably just enhanced hammer my opponent here. And then, let's see, I can parallel them and wonder tag. Let's see, so I would parallel them and I can limit their damage output, which is actually kind of interesting. Let's wonder tag. Let's go get ourselves a supporter card. I think I want to go get myself a Guzma. I want to get myself a Cynthia. I need to like draw cards because I'm not like trading for anything. So we're going to get that. And then we are going to, ooh boy. Yeah, we really out here now, huh? I think I can like parallel city this thing away. Which way am I going to parallel city? I can limit my opponent. 2 field blower down. I can limit them. That's fine. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's limit them. And then I'm not going to limit myself. I'm going to need to clean up this game with a Zoroark here, like almost no matter what I do. And then let's just enhanced hammer that DCE there off the active. And then I'm not going to trade. I think I'm just going to armor press instead of, yeah, I think I'm going to armor press and hope that this thing just doesn't get knocked out this next turn. I mean, it's going to require my opponent like not finding a couple things, like, yeah, but I think this is all I got. I think, you know, they have all 4 DCE accounted for in play. They only have 2 trades here. They only got 9 cards in deck. Yeah, they do have double puzzle left in deck. So, you know, unless they prized one, which they could have prized one. I don't think, yeah, they've got 2 puzzles left in deck. So they could easily find those 2 puzzles and just get what they need here off the Golisopod. I could have retreated into the Zoroark and attacked, but I feel like that was a little bit too early. Like I needed to not do that yet. I am in big trouble though, because they are probably just going to be able to find Guzma for game, and I'm out of puzzles and stuff. So I think like it would pretty much take a miracle here to be able to navigate this one to a win. I think I just am in a horrible spot. Oh, they got Kukui. Can they find their, you know, game-winning double puzzle? Yeah, it looks like they do. So they're doing, what, 100 damage here. You know, they're totally fine. They're going to get the win. And that's that. Yeah, I mean, we really grinded that one out, guys. Tried my best. I think that I don't think I made any really terrible plays. I think that my opponent just got set up better than me, and that is that. I think that I navigated that one the best I could given all things, but that's why we are practicing this deck, because I still feel like there's a lot about a Zoroark Golisopod deck that I have to learn. There's a lot about that mirror match that I have to learn, especially if I want to be just like fully prepared and fully adept for the World Championships. So heading forward in the Worlds, definitely want to give Zoroark a little bit more practice. There's a lot to learn with that deck. It's a very high skill ceiling. There's tons of little micro decisions to make every single turn when you're playing that deck, and there's just a lot going on. I'm pretty sure this is the Mexico City regional winning list. I'm pretty sure that's what, or very similar to it. If it's not that exactly, it's similar list. And yeah, I mean, this is probably pretty standard for what most players are playing right now. I felt like a second counter catcher would have been good. I felt like maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I just had access to my other puzzle that was prized, that would have been good. But, you know, what can you really do to prepare for that? You're going to prize your puzzle sometimes. That's just the way it is. So thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Let me know, what do you guys think of Zoroark Golisopod in the description below. Peace.